Does this shirt look businessy? It's a button-down shirt, and it has lemons. That makes it cooler. So lately I've been thinking about goals, and what are my goals? Especially when it comes to game development. Oof, my hair's still drying. So, I don't know, I've been trying to think of it for a while, and just, like, it's hard to think, I guess, so maybe if I put it into words, I'll come up with something that is a goal? I don't know. But that's what I'm going to be talking about while I get ready for work this morning. So, like, probably five years ago, maybe, I established Musader as an LLC, and I've been paying for, like, the, refiling fees every year, even though I'm not really making any money with Musader. And I guess the original goal was to try to make a software business or a game development studio here and make games and sell games, and that just hasn't panned out for me since, work takes up a lot of time. So I was working as a teacher for a while. I really liked teaching, but it also took up a lot of time. I would work at home all the time after hours. I was making okay money once I was like a full-time temp, but not much as an adjunct. So, then I thought, okay, I need to go to grad school. That didn't work out either, because just when you have a full-time job, it's kind of hard to make anything else work. I'm waiting for my hair to grow out. So, yeah, and part of the problem is I still have student loans, and that really kind of restricts your choices as far as what you can do. Like, you can't really just not be without a job. You can't just save up a lot and not be able to... Well, you'd have to save up a lot to be able to make those payments, because it's expensive. Basically, with my student loans, like, I could pay a minimum payment of like $200 a month, but I really wasn't like outpacing the interest amount unless I was paying like $500 a month. So there's that. But long story short, it just not very attainable at this point. So I got a full-time job as a software engineer again, so that I can work on paying off my loans. And hopefully, because my husband is also working, and currently he's paying like the main utility bills and rent, and then most of my paycheck, it goes towards the student loan. So hopefully they'll be paid off in December, because I am literally putting like $3,700 per month into my student loans. Yay. And after I pay that off, then we'll start saving to get a house. Because yay, adult life and stuff. But I am very fortunate to be able to make money, get a job, make money, to be able to pay off my loans and then buy a house. Not all of us are so fortunate. But yeah, it's been like a decade since I graduated from university. And I still had like, starting out, $30,000 at the, I guess, pretty much like at the end of last year, maybe. Been, working on it. And that's always been, over these past 10 years, payments. And it's been, sometimes I could do $700 payments based on my current employment. Student loans. Okay, so that's not really the point of this video. I was talking about goals. Well, the goal is to pay off student loans, but for game dev. So I've been thinking lately, like, I'm going to have to stay as a software engineer for a while. Because when I wasn't, I had no savings. Stuff. So I have to stay working full-time for a while. So it doesn't make sense to have a goal to really, like, make and sell a game, per se. And I don't feel that motivated to do that. Like, I know that my stuff doesn't sell. But also, I just don't have time for the game development and the marketing and all of that other stuff. So do I need to make games for sale? I can make open source games. Maybe that's an option. Or maybe I can make free games for kids or educational games or something. But where I'm at right now is I'm not feeling, like, very driven to do any specific game or any specific thing. I really liked the math board game I had been working on, and I prototyped that in January of this year. But after, we got back from India, then I got a job. And I was like, well, I don't really feel like working on this. And then that plus just, it sucks writing mobile apps from scratch. Like, a lot of people use Unity, but I don't want to use Unity because I'd rather just buy something and then make the program and that be that. I don't want to have to give, like, I don't know. I don't even want to think about the pricing model. So I've looked at Godot, if that's how it's pronounced. I know a lot of people use GameMaker. And then I've also thought about just writing something in C++ and then building it for Android. And then also there's something you can build C++/SDL apps for web as well, which honestly that would kind of be my most favorite idea. But I don't think I have the time to just go out and write a multi-platform engine in C++. Another idea is my friend Clarissa has been, this is not Clarissa, but this is my cat, Luna. Hello. She's been working on a engine with C++ and I guess Allegro to make DOS games. And, technically DOS games are cross-compatible on a lot of platforms if you just have DOSBox running. So we could do that. We can make games for DOS. And that actually sounds really cool. I would like to do that. But again, the thing is, I don't know what I want to make. Luna looks concerned. Oh, no. There she goes. So, what do I want to make? Oh, yeah. I made this screaming possum, by the way. I'm not really good at crocheting. I'm, like, okay at crocheting. Its mouth turned out really weird, but my cousin requested a screaming possum, so I made a screaming possum. It got little toes. It's got a little shirt. It's got a little beret. I've been crocheting lately. Oh, wait, let me show you my other one. I've been doing these as gifts for people, so here's one. It's like it's supposed to be a wolf. It's kind of just, I don't know, it's a thing. So I've been thinking about game development and educational stuff to make. And it's just hard to really, like, find an idea that I feel really passionate about, that I feel really driven to do. So that's what I've been pondering lately. Like, one, I could make, like, educational games, and I like the idea of doing that. Free educational games, specifically free open source educational games, because I feel like learning should be free for everybody. It should be accessible to everybody. So if I can make a cool math game that is engaging to kids or even adults, because, I'd design it so that I would want to play it too. Why not, And so that could be a thing. I could just work on open source games in general and be like, oh, I'm going to make a knockoff of I don't know. There's a game on my phone that's that spinny tower game. but I have the open source version of that because the other one is just chock full of ads, and it's the game that the kids I hang out with like to play a lot. So I'm glad there's an open source version of it. I mean, obviously not by the original people, just by somebody else making a knockoff. And, okay, so open source edutainment, open source in general, some sort of fun game, but again, I don't really, like, know what I would have the energy to put in, like, a year of development for. I was also thinking about doing just kids' games in general, because the kids I hang out with, like, I'll install games and it'll have, like, lives and game overs, and then I just noticed that they'll, like, play, but then that, like, interrupts their play. Because they're young, they haven't played a lot of, like, Pac-Man or anything like that. So they want to, like, run around the maze, but, you know, it's, like, a stopping point when you die. Like, maybe I can make some games that are just not about dying, or doesn't have a game over state where you can just keep playing. So I've been thinking about that. And otherwise, you know, I like my Undead Debt game. People seem to like it when I talk about it. My game about student loans. Maybe I could do that with the DOS engine. And also that one doesn't need to be on any specific platform. It could just be on PC, because I'm not expecting people to go play that on mobile. So that's another idea. But part of it's having the energy outside of work to work on things. The cat's over here. Let's go sit over with the cat. Meow. And part of it's just being interested in an idea enough. And in the past, most of the games I've worked on have been done within, like, a month. Like, I don't do big games. And for a lot of projects I don't do, you know, things that I can't do within a day or two, because I don't have that kind of focus. And, you know, part of that is just working full-time. And it's possible, like, you know, I don't necessarily have to work full-time forever. I could try to save up a lot of money. We could pay off all these debts, and try to not have any debt, and then just work. That'll not be in the next year, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. And, like, listening to postmortems and stuff, it's like, oh, we worked on this for 5 years. I'm like, I don't like anything enough for 5 years. Like, I don't know. I just do, oh, crap, I have stuff on my teeth. I should probably pack a breakfast, but I'm not, I'm kind of hungry, but I don't really have an appetite right now. The alternative is buying something out in the world. But also, can't find any Tupperware lids. Life. And I feel like if I had a goal besides, you know, paying off student loans and learning Hindi, that, I mean, if I had a goal for game development, I could work towards it a little bit every day. Which is what I should do. I shouldn't just try to do it all in one day. It's not great when you just have projects that are one-day things. That's my husband's car. Stop dripping! I have the key, but that doesn't mean I want to use that car. I want my car. So, I don't have any more ideas now than I did when I started recording. I mean, maybe I feel like I should work on Undead Debt, but for DOS, that's kind of not where I'm at right now. But I don't know. How do you find stuff you want to work on? How do you get a project that you're freaking passionate about to work on it for years? I don't know. Because, you know, every year I'm working on different stuff, and sometimes I finish and sometimes I don't. I really wish I could just make a game, like a sketch. And I guess I would need like an engine to do that. But, you know, sometimes I just sketch pictures. Sometimes I get on my computer and draw it on the computer. Sometimes, get out of the road, squirrel. Sometimes I draw a picture, then I ink it, and I color it with markers. You know, I have the option of doing something, you know, quick and kind of crappy, but adequate, or something. Get out of the road, dude. There's a sidewalk on the other side. Yeah. So I wish I could do that with programming, but it's hard to, like, just take a feeling or an emotion or a thought and make a game out of it right then. Yeah. I've been so stubborn I haven't, like, learned any engines besides, like, starting out with RPG Maker when I was a kid. Like, maybe I should invest the time to learn Game Maker. A lot of people seem to use that and have good luck with that, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not that expensive for me. But I also like programming from scratch, but I also don't like programming from scratch. So who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna go to work.